Hey everyone, in today's video, how to get 5,000 plus damage and win in arenas with only 2 teammates, I'm going to show you my gameplay in this insane 2v3 arena match and give you some tips on how you might be able to get a high damage arena game and with only 2 teammates yourself. This is a completely uncut version of this, so you get to see the whole thing, no edits, nothing, just gameplay.
I haven't found my limit.
Both.
Valkyrie extending to re-engage.
Both are shit.
This is gonna be a good fight.
Arby Street's disgusting and its Wi-Fi sucks. So the reason it was a 2v3 in this arena match is because our Octane unfortunately got disconnected. I'm not sure if it was internet issues or server issues. This was made when Apex had gotten hacked yesterday from the Titanfall thing or whatever. But in the beginning you're gonna hear me just, you know, like lose hope, like, oh, there's no reason to be like fighting this, you know, we're not gonna win, we're gonna get our butt stomped, you know, just losing all hope. But at the same time, I wanted to just not give up without a fight. How is this any fair? She's gonna...
Hail drone if you need it.
So at this particular moment, I realized that after that Bloodhound scanned, I was surprised I didn't push up onto the roof here. I'm not sure if they scanned the lifeline, but I was scanned and I'm actually surprised that they did not push me from that roof. Unfortunately, my lifeline, she went down right here and I was like, okay, so let me go try to help out. Down the Bloodhound here. My main thing was just to keep the high ground because these guys were, I already knew from that after that scan they were just too scared to push for some reason.
Wings out. Charging on my shield.
So I climbed back up to the roof. I started to hear the res. I'm not really sure why I didn't shoot through that window there because they were all lined up right there, so common mistake by me. But here they cracked the door open and I lasered the Mirage, but at the end of this there was just nothing I could have done. You know, it happens. Just, you know, there's nothing you can do there. I probably should have slid out the other door and gotten back up to high ground maybe, but at that time I didn't think that, which, you know, I probably should have, but it happens. We all make mistakes. My lifeline through. Again, to clear up what I said about lifeline throwing, she did not throw, she just made a mistake, and it's okay. I just need to be more understanding with people that are new to the game or haven't played it in a little bit, you know, they're rusty or, you know, whatever. So, lifeline, I do apologize for saying that you threw. I'm not sure if you were new or if you were just a little bit rusty, but that is okay to make mistakes. I know you were trying your best. You were a great teammate in this game, and I'm glad to have had you here on my team.
Tally on bandit here.
So I beamed that Mirage and I just let him back up to go heal. Here, I knew I needed to reposition with that Bloodhound sniping at me. And so that way I can force him off the high ground and kill him.
Wings up. Reloading. Slash one, bogey down. Got materials.
Come here, Watson. She's gonna have to come out sooner or later. So here I was able to pinpoint which of their teammates was the most scared, and it was their Watson, because she would always play really defensively, and that was the reason that they played defensively. So yeah, just basically anybody on your team that is playing defensively or offensively, I know the rest of the team is going to follow, and they wanted to basically protect Watson. But unfortunately, that was the reason that they didn't really get to do much, just because they were playing a little bit too scared and not really like offensively. So here I am again on high ground. This is where I will always be going for the remainder of the match, especially if we're on the other side of spawn, just on the other roof. Just taking that high ground from them. And I knew they ran snipers again, or I think their Bloodhound at least just ran the longbow again. So here I got scanned. I backed up to see if I could lure them out to try and get them on that other roof. Unfortunately to no avail, but again, just beamed. I think that was their Bloodhound, and rotated to their roof just to, you know, keep them from climbing up. And they just stayed down there the entire time.
Charging up my shields. Reloading.
So I knew one of them was underneath that cover, and I knew that they hadn't have moved. So always be aware of where your enemies are, if they're still like in a certain position or if they had moved. That way you're not really caught, you know, just like surprise. Finish him off so that way if he had dropped down they wouldn't get the res off. And here, they were just camping again. I should have just stayed up high, because I just played right into their hands there. I should have just stayed up there, waited for Ring to move, that way they would have came out. So that round was completely on me, and I should have just stayed up on high ground.
Game faces on, squadron. They only need one more point to win.
I'm just farming damage. So I knew all of them were on their stairs there, so I just throw my rockets at them to reposition myself onto their roof to get a better angle, farm some damage, and possibly end up getting a knock, because I saw that Watson get a little bit overconfident, and then she just backed up right away. So another thing is, when a team is playing like really defensively, it is best to push them, in my opinion, because they're going to be caught surprised that, oh my gosh, we've been pushed, what do we do now? Again, rockets to stun them from moving. Farm damage on their Watson, I believe, again. And yeah, just chase them down. Potato aim, I don't know. When I shoot through windows, I just get so much potato aim. And down the Mirage here, or the Bloodhound, I'm sorry. This is my favorite part. Just 7. 7 damage 4 times.
Seven. I did 7 4 times.
You could just hear me, you know, like all freaking agitated,
But I
like
still
just,
won that fight. I mean,
just you know, I got a little bit excited for winning that fight.
have something up close. Fuck 'em up.
But yeah, just 7.
I like the Volt. It
Pretty
does more
funny.
Damage. I always do. I just try to go for damage. Get them down quicker and shit.
And yes, I do like to use the Volt for damage because it has a better damage output than the R99. So Volt has become my favorite SMG over the R99 in like close range fights like this. And it just has very little projectile drop, unlike the R9, at like longer distances. So that is my main loadout really in close range fights, is a Volt EVA 8 or an R9 EVA 8. They work really well together.
They're just gonna stay low. They're not gonna do anything.
Wings up. Wings out.
They won't die if they're gonna.
Wings up.
So here I am coming to help my lifeline. I didn't realize she had dropped until the last minute. I had gotten the Bloodhound really low, but unfortunately Mirage came to help him out, and
Other than that,
yeah, I unfortunately I got wrecked. I don't blame my lifeline at all. Again, I did not mean to get mad at her. I was just mad at myself that I fell into their trap. So it is not her fault, it was my fault.
by the time you use your shields, it is already too late. In front of you, in front of you, in front of you.
Like here, I got really mad at her because like I just like, oh, he's in front of you, he's like right there, how do you not see him? Again,
This dude's blind.
I do not mean to get mad at her. I was just mad at myself again for just falling for that trap. I know she was doing her best. I do apologize, Lifeline. I do not mean to get mad at you there. You are a really good teammate. it happens. You're gonna make mistakes throughout the way, so I do not blame you at all. So I do apologize for getting mad at you there.
Stay on fucking high ground. They can't do anything.
So this is where I had like done the text to chat, just, you know, telling her to stay on the high ground. Because they don't push, they are too scared to push. I'm not really, like, again, I'm not sure why, it's a 2v3. But they were just really too scared to push. And then here I'm doing another text to chat, you know, just stay the high ground, like they won't push, they're too scared to, they're just gonna stay down low, and once they have to move out from indoors, we fry them.
You hear that? There's a care package coming down.
And I'm like really happy that she did listen. Like I wasn't like trying to be like really mean about it or anything. Like, you know, just hey, just, you know, it's just a little friendly info that they're too scared to push. You know, once they go out to the open and we're above them, we'll just fry them. But I'm really happy that she did decide to listen. It's like for me playing with randoms, they just rarely listen. And I'm just like very happy that she was very compliant. And I can just tell, like, yeah, she wanted to win. and I wanted to win. And teamwork makes dream work.
I probably wasted rockets, but that's okay. Let me get on top of this so I can see them better. Perfect ambush. They gotta come outside.
Reloading.
Again, just beam them and just, you know, let them heal up.
It's a clone. It's a clone.
Like super low. I could have dropped down and like tried, but if I did try to knock one of them down, I probably would have been killed and we would have lost the match. So just, you know, I had to be patient with it, let ring move in, have them come out. Unfortunately, this wasn't a really good angle for like them to be like right below me. So I just had to reposition myself on that bridge in order to just laser him again and again.
You got him.
Reloading. Got one. Enemy down.
So right there I down one. I didn't drop down immediately because I wanted to wait for the ring to, you know, catch them like a little bit off guard, because they probably figured like, oh, now that ring's moving they're gonna drop down. But I just waited for it to like get smaller and smaller until, you know, it was like doing damage to my health and to Lifeline's health and to their health as well. So it's best to try to use ring to your advantage as well in like fights like that when the ring is like very small. Like, don't really, like, if you're positioned on higher ground and they're below you, don't drop immediately. Let the ring do a little bit of health damage to them, and if you're able to get a knock before the ring itself is completely closed, then like just wait like a couple seconds, because they're gonna start panicking like, oh no, like what do we do now? And unfortunately they didn't even look up to see where we were, so that kind of also screwed them up on that win. But yeah,
Come on,
just
Blood. I know you want to.
try to do your best to catch them off guard, especially on a defensive team like this. So here, I'm not sure who that, I think that was the Watson. And here we just got pushed. They had finally figured it out that, oh, we need to push them to, you know, win the round and win against them. So I give that team full props for being able to kill us there. For being able to finally push us, you know?
Anything they can do is push our asses as they did, but that's okay. Let me get a faster bolt.
So here I just tell my Lifeline, like, no, it's a nice try. Unfortunately, we just got pushed. You know, they played aggressively. They caught us off guard, because I didn't even expect them to push us either, because of the way they were playing for the past few rounds.
They just literally
But
got up in our face.
they won. I give them props. That team did a really good job that round. They were able to just catch us off guard and win the round.
Oh, come on, Blood. I know you want to. They're gonna try shooting from different angles. Hello.
Taking fire.
Oh, she is fucking lit the fuck up.
So they were really not in a good position just behind that antenna that was just very minimal, like very small cover, where I had an entire like inclined plane as cover. All I had to do was back up. They could have backed up too, like behind that, like right where I'm standing, but unfortunately they didn't. and that's how I think their Watson got down. It was either, yeah, their Watson, because the Bloodhound tried rezzing. And then here, me and Lifeline just started to get aggressive. It was the last teammate, and ended up clutching the round.
I like this. This is fun. He's doing good. He's actually being more aware of his surroundings.
Aware of his surroundings, like he was looking at the same targets as I was looking at. Like before, he was just like a little bit kind of, I guess, playing a little bit scared. Just because, yes, it is a 2v3, it is a little bit intimidating. But just with the right motivation,
He's doing a very
I knew I could like help him out.
I have 10 kills.
And I was able to, and we were just, you know, able to work as a team. And I'm glad that I had a great teammate.
Fox 3, visual clear. Good tone. Wings up. Arcstar out.
Your bitch ass ain't coming up here.
Eat an Arcstar.
Oh, it's okay.
So yes, we're just chucking arc stars to just keep them on that low ground right there, so that way they do not push us. And I think for me and my Lifeline, I think we should have saved our arc stars till about like right here, because ring is starting to close. And that's when they were probably gonna push, but then I remembered, oh, I have my rockets, I could keep them off for a little bit longer. But even then, I should have probably kept about 2, maybe 1 arc star, just to keep them back. But either way, they did not push us, they rotated around, and we just stayed up on high ground.
It's okay, it's okay. We're okay, we're okay. Just back up.
Wings out.
We are doing A-okay, baby. Just watch stairs.
So here, I know one of them could have flanked from behind from our stairs, from the building I first went upon, if he wanted to take ring damage, I guess, in order to like make the flank play or whatever.
Alright.
But one of them didn't, so that's how we were able to just stay up here and move to these roofs. And they had to unfortunately move. And again, I just beamed her, let her heal up. I knew those two were in the window. Unfortunately, my Lifeline, I don't think she hit the roof. I think she just accidentally fell. And that's okay. I know, like, I know she makes mistakes, and that's okay. I make mistakes too. And this is where they had, unfortunately, ganged up on her. But I was able to get one of them low right there. Able to down the Mirage. And I knew Watson at that time didn't heal, because she just had to run from Storm. And yeah, that was how we were able to clutch a 2v3 in arena. But yeah, me and my Lifeline, we did really good. She did really good. And I'm glad I was able to have a teammate like her on my team. I know I did get mad at her, but I know she did her best. And I'm very happy that she was my teammate. So thank you, Lifeline.
Oh my god.